It's actually working. We're doing it. Good morning, beautiful people. I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. It was a nice weekend.
Yeah.
Today we get to plant stuff. We were actually going to plant like
over the weekend,
and it just didn't happen. It's all right. We have today.
Yes.
So what we have ready right now is the beds for all the peppers. Technically the tomatoes are real close, but we have to amend the bed and then like get the rows ready, stuff like that.
And we're gonna put down weed fabric. And
Yeah, we're gonna do weed fabric.
A little bit more prep.
We're planning a little bit different this year. We actually got weed fabric because weeding becomes very crazy once it gets real hot.
Yeah.
I think we'll grab peppers and we'll march down to the garden and get planting.
All right.
So after having that one lone lemon habanero that I uprooted last fall and it lived in the bathroom window, it was a nice little like reminder that spring is coming.
Yes.
Through the dead of winter. And then, you know, of course, it was maybe like February it started flowering and, you know, pushing out growth, and it was like spring is coming. So I think I'll do that again this year. We'll bring a pepper in. We'll choose who gets to live during the winter.
Yeah.
All right, so we had it figured this 16-foot bed next to the garlic was going to be hot peppers. And then we have these two beds here. We had figured these were going to be like sweet peppers, bell peppers, stuff like that. I think what happened is I kind of got a little bit carried away. Like, I like spicy stuff, but I planted so many that's an understatement. I planted so many hot peppers and so many of them came up. We've got Trinidad Scorpion, we've got 7-pot, Sugar Rush Peach. I'm excited about those. Chocolate habaneros, those are good.
Came up, did they?
None of the cayenne came up.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of really hot peppers this year. These are a dragon chili pepper. They're definitely different. They're kind of an ornamental pepper. My dad's raised them for years. It was kind of an ornamental. I think he found it at the original one we got at like Lowe's or something. And they're really cool looking because the peppers, they go from green to black and they all point straight up. And so it looks like dragon claws or something. Like, they're really cool looking. And then the plant's kind of this weird pale bluish greenish color. Just a really unique pepper, and boy are they hot. They are not fun to eat. I mean, they're kind of fun.
You eat them.
They're kind of fun to eat because it's just like your breath will melt paint off the wall.
Oh my gosh. You become a dragon?
You become a dragon. You blow flames. My dad actually had some seeds. He started some and sent me some seeds in the mail, and I planted them this winter, got them to germinate, and here we go. So now I've got my own. I will save seeds, and I will make sure I always have dragon chili somewhere on hand. So this one is a mystery pepper that was supposed to be a chocolate habanero. And as you can see, those are not the same plant.
No.
So I'm gonna stick that guy somewhere else and we'll see what he is. This is super exciting.
Is this all the hots?
I think so. Oh, we've got 7 pots.
7 pots.
What's going in that bed?
Okra, eggplant.
Those are bigger. Those will choke out peppers. Maybe I'll stick 7 pots down there in the end.
Okay.
Let's go do sweet peppers then.
Is that sunflower? That's sunchokes.
Sunchokes, Jerusalem artichokes.
This one's of elephant garlic, and those are walking onions. Walking onions?
I've never seen a walking onion get double flower heads.
Well, that part, see, they're sprouting out, and then they'll fall over.
Oh, is that how they work?
That's how they walk.
That's kind of cool. So that little chocolate habanero, up until a couple weeks ago, I thought was not going to make it.
Oh, really?
It's kind of stunted. We'll see how it does. But hey, the plant that you grew is better than the plant you didn't grow.
That's true.
And then let's stick the mystery pepper
Right here.
right here. These beds right here are the no-till beds. All we do is top dress and do some weeding and they're good. One of the things that has kind of happened is they're kind of turning into our perennial beds. We've got artichoke, asparagus. I've stuck some random bulbs in here that a viewer had sent us. Now that I know they're viable in this fall, I can dig them up and move them somewhere where they'll be more appreciated. We got the mystery pepper planted.
Okay.
That's almost all of our peppers. We still have more to go grab.
Yeah.
All right, let's go grab them. Brett, can you grab one? Okay, carry that. So we have got all of the stuff that we forgot the first trip. This is like jalapenos, poblanos. I've got 2 eggplant that came up. This tray I started late, and for some reason we have a dozen plants out of a whole big tray. So it's all right, we're gonna roll with it. I don't think there will be any lack of plants. Hey sister, did you have a good nap? Nope. All right, got some dill.
Yep.
And you've told me 3 times, but I'm not paying attention. Where did you say the eggplants are going?
In the okra bed.
In the okra bed. Sometimes I multitask great, sometimes I don't. And sometimes I have selective hearing. Like, I hear it, but I didn't listen. All right, so now we're filling the rest of this bed with okra. Okra is one of those things, once it gets into full production, you regret ever planting okra. Last year, I will not make the mistake again this year. Last year, we had okra. We probably had 8 plants, and they weren't really producing. And so I panicked, and I made a spot for them in a bed down here, and I planted like 9 more. Then the first bed started producing, and it was like, hey, we're gonna have okra, sweet. And then it was like, uh-oh, this is a lot of okra. Because if you've ever grown okra, you check it in the morning before work, and they're about that big. And when you get home, they're about that big and too woody to eat. Yeah, we dried okra, we froze okra, we figured out new ways to cook okra, and then the bed down here started producing, and we were absolutely overwhelmed in okra.
So much okra.
So this year, 6 plants, that'll get us. Yeah. We have melons for the vine climbers. I think they're like mini cantaloupes. Okay. It was what we had seed for, and why not? Let's try them, and every single one of them came up. So I guess we're gonna have a lot of mini melons. Yeah. Is that a good radish? Yeah. Something we have had a hard time with is radishes, oddly enough, considering they're so easy to grow. We've been able to grow them, but they're kind of hit and miss. We amended that bed, and now we're getting radishes in like 18 days. Yeah. Like, it's so fast.
Well, before they weren't bulbing. We would get the greens, but not the bulbs. Yeah,
we'd get plenty of green, but no bulb.
And that's a deficiency, so.
We fixed that, and now we're getting these beautiful, lush bulbs.
They're amazing.
Nice and spicy. We love nice, spicy radish. This is the lemon habanero that made it all winter long. I'm gonna go plant it out in a bed. All right, pepper plant, don't die. Whoo!
Goodness.
Poor guy's root bound.
Bless him.
That old nasty Q-tip. When this thing started flowering in, January maybe, and it's living up here in the bathroom window, I got a Q-tip, and you sit and you go from each flower to flower to flower to flower, and
you're a little bee.
Just like I'm a little bee, and then you go back and you do all of them all over again. So you're basically contaminating each flower with pollen, and then all of a sudden it's loaded in peppers. Yeah. So all of these peppers that are on here right now, I was the bee.
Oh, the little petites.
Petite melons, cucumbers.
Okay.
And basically everything in here but the tomatoes are ready to go out. All right, let's stick a couple petite melons along here. Okay. Man, that mulch is deep right there.
It is.
Oh yeah, ants everywhere. Thank you. And then put the mulch back. Yeah, fire ants. all watered in. It looks so good when it's freshly planted. There's not a weed to be seen out of place. Well, as long as you don't look over there at the garlic bed. I have to figure out what I'm gonna use for a top dressing. Last year, I didn't have anything for a top dressing, like, you know, hay or, you know, some sort of mulch to help hold moisture and keep the weeds down. I didn't do it last year, and I spent a lot of time weeding. The compost pile that was in that 16-foot bed, the stuff didn't compost very well. It was like animal bedding and just stuff. I didn't have enough nitrogen, and it didn't break down. So I used it as a dressing for the potatoes. Did that yesterday. Put it on the apple tree, and then I also put it on our berry bed out there. And then there was some spent hay from having the cow over there, and I put the spent hay over there where the berries are.
Hey, those two my beans. Those two my beans. Hey.
You just stole Mom's beans.
Are you gonna plant those?
That's not open, is it? Yeah, it's open.
It's
Here,
open.
let me have that before beans wind up everywhere. Thank you. See, I'll put it in my pocket now. What you got going on here?
All rotten potatoes.
All rotten potatoes.
All rotten potatoes. Yes.
That's what we call them in this house. Potatoes all rotten. So I saw that she was preparing to cook some lovely chicken breasts.
Yes.
And asked if I could use the smoker. So this will be the second time I've used it. I thought I would have used it a lot more, but we have been incredibly busy, as you guys have seen. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna fire up that smoker and I'm gonna smoke some chicken for dinner. I used this the other day, ironically enough, I smoked chicken. And this thing holds heat so good, it's so easy to cook on. I'm very happy. Hopefully tonight we will have some good chicken.
Chicken is done.
Chicken is done. A little blackened, but
That's alright.
still pretty
Ooh,
juicy.
don't lose it. Don't lose it.
Don't fall.
That was dangerous.
Okay, I'll just hold that one.
Okay.
Before I eat, I had to point out almost everything on our plates is from right here. The chicken is ours. The salad came out of our garden yesterday. The radishes are ours. The only thing that we didn't grow is the potatoes.
The milk in the potatoes is ours.
The milk and the potatoes is ours. But this is such a cool feeling. Like, doing this, it's like, hey, it's actually working. We're doing it.
It is.
We're pulling it off. All right, dinner was awesome.
Thank you.
We planted.
We did.
Like, what
Look at
a
us.
productive
We
day.
did
Like,
it. Just tomatoes.
just tomatoes. And that, I mean, you guys will see.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good place to wrap it up. I've got a time lapse going and I'm gonna go do some B-roll. So as we sign off, enjoy this B-roll segment. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city, let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you, on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two.